What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business. We are live from the Windy City, Chi-Town, Chicago, and I got special guests and my dope co-host in the building, man.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is. It's SMG Zello, aka Thought Boy Zello, the Talk a Lot artist, man. What's up, man?
Hello, everyone. My name is Ismael Rosa, and I'm glad to be here with you this evening.
That's right, man. So Ismael, we're here to talk about the project Vuelve a mí, Come Back to Me.
Yes.
It's the 30th anniversary of the project being remastered, coming back out with some vengeance, man. Talk to me about the project.
Well, this is great, man. I mean, fellas and everyone, we made this recording back in 1994. It was released then by FANIA Records, and FANIA Records is like, at that time, the Motown of salsa. Celia Cruz, Hector Lavoe, Willie Colon, Ruben Blades, and all these big names of salsa. And I was very proud. I am very proud to have been included in that record label. And this record was a hit. And I've been away for a while, and now I'm back. So what did we do? We remastered the old analog tape that we had, and we digitized it, cleaned it up, and we have a perfectly sounding recording, and now it's mainstreaming everywhere. Exactly,
right.
where we at?
All
where
music
we at?
sites. It's available on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal. Basically, anywhere that music is available, they can grab the album. Just set a whole lot in there. Now, in 1990s, the recording studios were different. Now, when we got the album, we got the, what format did we get the album back in? Talk to me.
We got a master tape.
Half-inch reel.
Yeah, yeah. This is crazy. We had a tape and kind of like the real stuff that they used to have, but a little bigger. And so it's not just one or two songs. It's a full album of 8 songs. And in those days, we used to have fast moving salsa and we used to sing about anything. And then things began to change, and romance came into the picture, and so romantic salsa evolved, and I followed up with either a song that's about making up or breaking up, as they say. It was great.
So if you're just tuning in, we're here with the legendary Ismael Rosa. He's promoting his project. It's digitally remastered, and he's got a show coming out Saturday, August 10th, Distro Music Hall. They can get tickets at distromusichall.com. Tell us about, how does it feel to get this album out 30 years on the 30th anniversary? Tell me what was it like to put that together?
Yeah, I tell you, hey guys, he's being humble, but it was his idea. It was his idea. Yeah, I mean, we were gonna do this, but he said, well, wow, 94, wait a minute, we're in it's 30 years. And he said, man, it's the 30th year anniversary. And I said, yeah, can you imagine that? Yeah, no, but it was great. And the thing is that it has been 30 years and the world has changed. And we have new artists and new features, and it costs so much less to produce and do things. So we have been doing a lot of things, just like this young man right here is doing a lot of things. He's been very quiet, but you all know who he is. You all know he up there, and he's moving real fast too. Well, I'm trying to do the same thing in a different field. Now, salsa is something that a lot of people thought is dying out, and I'm here to tell you that salsa is not ever going to die. So we titled the concert "Salsa Never Dies," but that's secondary to the next news, because it's not just about the concert and the recording. It's also about another project that this man right here, from Urban Grind, and he is the CEO of Urban Grind, mind you. He comes up to my chair. I cut hair too, among many things. And he comes up to my chair and he sits down and we meet and we start talking and we hit it off right away. And suddenly I'm signing with his enterprise, and he says, you know, your story sells. And I believe that it does, yes, because it's a good story. It's the story of an artist that comes from Puerto Rico at the age of 13 and ends up in Chicago and is found and discovered in high school. And from high school, 6 months after I have been discovered, I end up going on a tour because I recorded an album with the #1 orchestra back in those days, and it was a hit. You know, and suddenly I'm a 17-year-old going on tour with the #1 band, and my parents. My father's a minister. You know, that was sacrilege. You know, but it moved me, and I continue, and I was fervent, and the story is great. I end up getting arrested and put in prison for some crazy stuff that I really had nothing to do with and didn't understand, and I got a life sentence. But in 2016, 22 years later, President Barack Obama gives me a pardon. So this is a great story, and I come out, and I begin life again. And so here I am today with this great man and this great friend that God put in my way. And I am able to say today that I'm back and we're back. And so this thing about salsa never dies is the best thing that's ever happened to the game of salsa. Because a lot of people actually believe that is dying out, you know, and that's not going to happen. It's like this. It goes up and down, kind of like when the people that sit down watching how NASDAQ is doing, you know,
right.
and watching out. And some days it goes low and some days it goes high, but salsa is always there. And so I'm reintroducing this 30-year-old recording, and we have some new recordings that have been added, and we will be releasing one new recording every other month or so. So be on the lookout, because the next one is about couples, and you know, sometimes he thinks he's right and he's yapping away, and the best thing the girl could do is just shut up. In this case, you know, well, I wrote about mejor me callo, which means I best just shut up. You know, well, it is better for me to just shut up, not say anything. Because, you know, sometimes couples, they say something that they're hurting each other and they're doing this and that. And that's what salsa is about. Every song in salsa has a message. The message in this next song coming out soon is that hold your peace. When she says something that upsets you, hold your peace. It's best to shut up and show what the truth is. And so this song is about the wife accusing me of not my wife now. It's just a song, okay? Just in case she's watching and saying, "Oh no, he's talking about me."
I was just gonna ask you, I was like,
but
are
anyway,
these coming from personal events, man? I was just gonna ask you because you coming up with a lot of personal
yeah, no,
points.
but it's like, that it's personal to the individual that actually lives this. Because every couple, every man, and every woman actually, we all go through that.
Very relatable.
You know, and it doesn't make any sense if we just continue kicking back and forth. You know, so one of us has to shut up. And in this case, I said mejor me callo, and when you see the cover, that's what it is. Two people arguing, and I'm like,
so for the people that,
I best just be quiet.
So for the people that like want to know, like, okay, so you know, you had got the older copy back in the tape, right? So
reel. It was a half-inch reel.
A half-inch reel.
And when you get a 30-year-old half-inch reel, you have to send it out. It's got to be baked in like an oven, and there's a whole process to converting from analog to digital.
Man, I found this place, and this guy named Collins in Western, in the Northwestern Avenue, near Division there. And these people took that tape and worked it. They have to make sure that when you put it in the reel, that it doesn't just, you know, there's two tapes in one. You know, the music is actually on top of something that's on a tape. And if you unroll it, sometimes it'll stick to the other side and it won't read
And
it.
you're cooked.
You know, and then that you ruin the tape. But these people fixed it up, and then he puts it in the computer, and the computer takes out all the sounds and splices everything, and then it takes every individual sound and any noises and any other sounds that is not the signal, it erases it, cleans it up, and now we have a digital perfectly sound. Not that the original wasn't perfect, mind you. I mean, the CDs were okay. They were great, and they were done digitally. But the recording itself, you know, was in 1994's digitals. They're a whole lot different than today's digitals. It's like the cars. You know, you got a car that has a computer from 1994, and you try to put it through today's computers, and you need the one that reads that.
Right, it's not compatible.
To go ahead and connect with the other one. So you got to compatibilize everything. So in this case, it was able to do just that, clean everything up, and the recording is great, the music is great, the songs are great, and the sound is fantastic. I'm going to be performing these songs and the new songs and a couple of other ones. I'm going to be honoring a good friend that died a long time ago, but his music is still alive today. And I have a song that I always perform because it reminded me of how classic he was. He was a suave kind of a person, you know, and he was a great dresser. And I always tried to have the best dressed band. I always tried to be a classy person, and I always try to project myself as a great musician, and that's the way this person was. His name was Tito Rodriguez, and Tito Rodriguez had this song, "A mí no me importas tú." I don't care about you. You mean nothing to me, or even 20 like you, you know, because I'm the one. You know, I'm the one. I'm it.
And remember, we're talking an orchestra. It's
Yeah.
Ismael Rosa Orchestra. So it's like 12 or 13 musicians that are playing live. It's not people that just do a 2-track background. He's actually live on stage, and it's a live recording.
Yeah, and Colombia is liking my music a lot. I want to shout out to the Colombian people that and the Colombian friends that are listening to me and are watching this thing. You know, come on down. The people from Peru, come on down. The people from Cuba, come on down. The people from Venezuela, come on down. The people from Puerto Rico, come on down. And let's not forget about the Dominican Republic and my black brothers and my white brothers and everybody in town. We're going to have a great time. Distro Music Hall.com. It's a great place. It's not just a place. It's a really, really good venue. And you're gonna laugh. You're gonna love the ambient and the feeling of the place. And we're working with Mikey O, who is famous in the city for being the best comedian in town and the best show host in town and the best promoter in town when it comes to salsa and all this other stuff. And we like to recognize people like the Puerto Rican, from the Puerto Rican community that have backed me up all this time, and the people from the Salsa Congress.
Yes.
Yeah, these people, they have dedicated themselves to promote the best of the best, and I'm proud to be working with them.
And you can see him live Saturday, August 10th, Distro Music Hall. It's Berwyn, Illinois. You get the tickets at distromusichall.com. There's also a click on in the description of the bio.
Right.
And I don't want to go backwards, but he said so much, right? And one of the things he said is, Zella, I don't think you understand that if you're gone to 20 years, somebody has your music. I don't think people really understand what this guy had to go through just to locate the album that was lost in files and put in vaults and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's insane
work. The paperwork that you have to go through, you know, the tenacity you have to stick through it, because what happens is record labels get bought and sold, and then they get bought and sold, and they get bought and sold. So this project was like, was it like 6 different companies it went through?
Yes,
before?
and you know, we're very thankful to Concord Records, because they really treated us very fairly and great.
Yeah, shout out Concord.
They really, we have to do that. We have to give them props. Thank you, because they returned this to us and allowed us to continue to do our thing, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to have your music. And I know some musicians right now in Puerto Rico that are having a problem, because somebody don't let them use, that's their own music. And so Concord treated us really, really great. And I'm very proud to have dealt with them, and a good shout out to them. And today, what we want to do is make sure that you all know 6815 Roosevelt Road in Berwyn, Illinois is where Distro Music Hall is at. And
Right.
DistroMusicHall.com is where you go to get these tickets. Okay? And listen, I don't know, but today somebody told me that the four place tables were sold out already.
Yes.
So we got 6, we got 8, we got 10, and then the VIP has tables up there too, and
So basically, they gotta hurry up and buy.
yeah, you gotta hurry up and get this thing. But I want to see you there, man. I want to see you all there. I'm gonna sing my heart out for you. I'm going to perform the best that I've ever done, and I have a band, man, that is great. I have musicians that have dedicated themselves to me as friends, and as musicians, they have dedicated their lives to the salsa world, and we are going to show that salsa never dies, for real.
That's amazing. And this album,
Shout out Ishmael, man.
30 years ago, it came out on FANIA, right?
Yes,
Could you tell
FANIA
the people that are listening that don't know, what did FANIA mean to the music industry? What would it be equivalent to, something that they may recognize?
All right. Well, when you have a record label that everything they produce is a hit for the artist, that's the record label that everyone that is recording music will want to go to. And this is what FANIA was in the 80s, 70s, 90s. And I came along in 1992 and signed with FANIA. And I believe that I am the last new artist to be signed with this band. I mean, other artists that were on FANIA recorded after me, but no new artist came into that label again. I was the last one. So they referred to me kind of like as the last FANIA All-Star, even though I was never in the All-Star group performing with them, but nevertheless, no one can take that away from me, can they?
Now, is it fair to say that FANIA was like almost like a Motown for the Latin music?
Oh yeah. Actually, they were there at the same time when Motown was having, the Stylistics and all these bands that were joining them, and everybody that went to record funk music or soul music, they went there and they wanted to go into their record label because they were the ones getting the awards. They were the ones making all the big sales. This is FANIA. Celia Cruz, Héctor Lavoe, Willie Colon, Eddie Palmieri. In the FANIA All-Stars review and in the FANIA All-Stars, you had so many superstars. And in this recording of mine, I want you to know one thing. That just because I was the last new one did not mean that I did not record with the FANIA All-Stars. Every single musician in this recording is a FANIA All-Star. Every single one of them.
So plug the album again. Let them know before we get out. What's it called?
We have Reinaldo Jorge. We have Charlie Sepúlveda, Nelson Jaime. We have Papo Vasquez.
What about Fausti?
And the recording engineer, John Fausti.
East.
This guy had 18 Grammys.
Heavy hitter.
As the recording engineer.
Now, one more time. What's the name of the album so they can go look for it?
Vuelve a mí.
And
Ismael Rosa, Vuelve a mí.
And if they want to see you live before we get up out of here, where can they check out? Where can they see you live? Where can they get tickets at?
Okay, so August 10th, Distro Music Hall, 6815 West Roosevelt Road in Berwyn, Illinois. And doors will open at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
And Marroquin, DJ Marroquin will be there spinning and doing his thing. This guy is great. He's fantastic. You know, and at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be going up the stage with this 13 badass musicians. Excuse the lingo. But I'm going to go on stage with those great musicians. And we're going to, you know, salsa is going to be fuego and salsa. Fire on salsa that evening. Because we are going to light everything up from 10 till midnight. I'm going to be singing straight through. Just for you, okay? So come on down and have fun and enjoy it. We'll all be there.
That's right, we'll all be there. And if they want to follow you on social media, what's your social media?
Yeah. IsmaelRosa.com.
That's right.
Or Ismael Rosa Salsa. Okay?
Ismael Rosa Music.
Ismael Rosa Music. Excuse me for that.
Yeah.
Ismael Rosa Music or IsmaelRosa.com. Check me out. Follow me. And let's make sure that we do not let anybody else assume that salsa will ever die. Because you know what? You already seen the commercial that I made on the Corvette, on the red Corvette, right? Salsa never dies. Nunca muere. Nunca morirá. Chequeame. That means it never dies. It will never die. Check me out.
Zello, where can they tap in with you?
Definitely, I already know where to get at me at on all platforms. Boy Zello, TB_Zello for IG. Isaiah Hopkins on a lot of things too. Y'all can add me on Yubo. Y'all can add me on a lot of new stuff that I was just getting out there on. And most definitely, man, y'all already know.
It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is my business. You can follow me at UrbanGrindTV on all social media, UrbanGrindTV.com, and I will see you Saturday, August 10th for the Salsa Never Dies event. The legendary Ismael Rosa, man. Make sure you tap in. We'll see you there.
Hi, everyone. This is Ismael Rosa. You are listening to Urban Grind Radio.